Hello and welcome to the 2012 Berea Twilight Christmas Parade put on by the Berea Chamber of Commerce. And this broadcast is actually sponsored by Renfro's Collision Auto Body and Paint of Berea. Special thank you to their sponsorship and Shannon Renfro, who has opened a second location right here in Berea at 301 Richmond Road. Also want to thank a couple of our other sponsors and partners. We've got Mario's Pizza of Berea, Good Impressions, the City of Berea, Friedmont, the TV series, John Lazaro Builder, Dean Buttry Tech Services, Rodan and Fields Skincare, Rhonda McIntyre, representative of that. So thank you all for your sponsorships, and of course you'll be scrolling on the screen there, and we'll have contact information in the credits of the production as well as links from our website. I want to thank my co-hosts for showing up here to work with me today. We've got Jennifer Rose Escobar to my right, and over here on to my left, Miss Beth Myers from the Berea Citizen. Thank you for being here, Beth.
Absolutely.
It's great to have you join us this year.
Thank you.
And
Do you guys have like a sheet of things you can't say on the radio just so, I can watch it?
No, but well, Chad is master at editing things out. He tells me he is, but then he never edits my mistakes out. So
well, our broadcast is not live. So
I can edit the words
on
written
the internet.
Down. Verbally, I tend to just let it go. So just be warned.
We are forewarned.
Well, we can see the parade is coming. It actually rounded the corner, and they got here a little bit quicker than I thought they would this year, which is excellent. That means that they're rolling out on time and obviously did not have any problems.
That's good.
Well, let me ask you two, is this pretty typical crowds in Berea?
Actually, for the warm weather, it's not as many as I've seen in the past, but there are a lot of people down because the Christmas Bazaar was so large this year. So it's hard to judge just from this area.
Yeah, we've stayed here the whole afternoon with our pre-parade interviews, and but I know as I was coming through to get ready for this, there was already quite a few people over in the Triangle area getting set up for the bazaar, and I would imagine that that's where the highest concentration of people is today.
Absolutely, and the weather you would think has a direct correlation to how many people come out. Only rain changes that. I don't care how cold it is, there will be people out here. The temperature does not matter. It's whether they're wet or not.
If they're wet, they'll come and watch it, but they'll be in their cars.
It's packed down there.
We just received word that it is packed at the Triangle. Thank you.
Well, and I know the Jingle Bell Run that they had starting at 4 today, that was really well attended. So I think the warm weather only helped on that with the run, which was also sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. So.
Maybe all this extra flurry of activity has migrated a lot of people. And that's okay. Look down through there. Is that not beautiful?
It is.
The lights and the tree, and the city does such a wonderful job putting everything out.
We were talking with Mayor Connolly about that earlier, just how wonderful it is to be here in this town at Christmas because they do such a beautiful job of decorating everything, and it's so pretty with the lights coming through. It's just a great place to drive through in the Christmas season.
Absolutely. Now, as you know, usually in our broadcast, we got a praise lineup coming to us. Look at this. All right.
Delivered special.
Thank you. This is Danny Miller, who's the chair of the Christmas parade. Get around the program. They put a lot of hard work and a lot of man hours into this parade.
This is 3 pages of small type. It's got a lot of entries this year. That's great.
And we can hear who's leading the parade.
And no surprise, yes, who's leading the parade.
As usual, we'll be going back when the broadcast is actually put out, flashing back to interviews that we've had all afternoon, actually. So we'll take a quick break and go to one of those interviews and see what Phil Smith has been up to up at the Christmas Bazaar as well earlier this afternoon.
Hey, I'm Phil Smith, and I'm new in town. I'm here with the folks covering the parade, and I just wanted to ask you real quick, who are you?
I'm Danielle Goldman from Berea College.
Danielle, nice to meet you. I don't know much about this run thing they're doing. Can you tell me what's going on? I see runners lining up at the start.
Well, this is the Jingle Bell 5K and the 1 mile fun run. So the fun run is actually lining up right now. They're getting ready to go, and they're just going to do 1 mile around town, come back, and then at 4 o'clock the 5K will start, and I'm doing the 5K.
You're doing the 5K. Boy, you must be in great shape.
I don't know about all that, but I'll do what I can.
All right, thank you so much. Enjoy the parade, too.
everyone. I'm Rhonda McIntyre with Berea Online. I have a guest here. This is Dale Ballinger. He is on the board of directors with the Berea Chamber of Commerce. How are you, Dale?
Doing good. Glad to be here, Rhonda. Appreciate it. Looking forward to the 2012 Christmas parade put on by the Berea Chamber of Commerce. This year we've got 20 floats, and we have 46 entries in the parade, so we're looking forward to a really exciting parade.
Well, it's early. It's early in the day, going on 4 o'clock in the day, but it takes hours to get the parade ready. The kickoff is at?
The parade starts at 6.
So the parade starts at 6, Dale said, and we'll leave out the parking lot, and what's the route?
We'll leave out of the parking lot, we'll head up the Ellipsis Street, and we'll turn and go down Jefferson, and then back up Broadway, and then down Chestnut, and back to the school down at Ellipsis Street.
So you go all the way through the Berea College campus, College Square.
Yeah.
So how long do you think the parade will last?
I would say the parade itself will probably last about 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay. It's a great time of the year, isn't
exciting,
it?
Yes.
And what about this weather?
Oh, you can't beat it for parade. This is great.
We were blessed.
We have been
We've
very
done
blessed.
something right, huh?
Yes, we have been blessed.
I know earlier in the day I was trying to get ready to get down here with my own float, and I decided, wow, I'm burning up, I'm hot, you know. So it's the first time ever to have that.
This is December.
I know, December 1st. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Dale.
you. Glad
We
to be
appreciate
here.
all the hard work
Thank
you
you.
do.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
You got lots of space though.
Good afternoon. I'm Chad Hembree, and this is Jennifer Rose Escobar. And joining us, we have a very special guest, Gary McCormick, who is the general manager of Boone Tavern Hotel and Restaurant. And he's come down to talk to us a little bit about what's going on at Boone Tavern this season.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. What a beautiful, beautiful day. I can't believe December 1st, but we're excited at the Christmas parade coming up. And, we're Boone Tavern every year. We do the thing called the 12 Days of Christmas. And it's sort of built now. It's more of a community event with Berea Tourism. Make it, take it, and buy a special gift. And we try to create different things. Tonight we have called Christmas with Sinatra. And it's a fellow from Cincinnati that's been in Vegas that does Sinatra, beautiful dinner. He does Andy Williams, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, and just 2-hour show just singing. And that's tonight. Next week we're doing a real fun thing, a breakfast with Santa with all the kids. Come in and have a picture taken with Santa and have a pancake breakfast. And then that night we're doing dinner with Scrooge. So it's a family show or adults. You can come in and do a 2-hour show with Scrooge.
What are the dates on those again?
The dinner with Scrooge and the pancake breakfast is next Saturday, it'll be the 8th.
The 8th, okay.
And the breakfast is from 8 to 10.
Okay.
And you just call for reservations, and I can give that number in a second. And then dinner with Scrooge starts at 7 o'clock. And then the following, the 14th, we have Murder Under the Mistletoe, which is a Christmas murder mystery.
Now, have you done this before? Have I heard about this before? Or
every year we do a murder mystery with a different Christmas theme.
Okay, so it's just a different.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. It's great food by Chef Newman, and just figure out who done it and just have a good time.
That's excellent. Those are so much fun. I enjoy those things. Yep. Jennifer, have you ever participated other than the one we did in your house?
Yes, I was just thinking of that. We bought one of those but the boxes of Host a Murder. And everybody got their bit of character description ahead of time, and nobody except the real culprit knew who the real culprit was.
Well, let's tell
we all had to figure it out at the end.
The full story on that is we went to buy that thing.
Yes.
When I was very young. You were very young. And it was so many years later that we actually played it that no one owned a cassette tape player to play the cassette tape that came with it.
I've played those. That's a lot of fun.
And then we were supposed to create this meal that I think even still now, after having cooked a lot of meals, I don't know if I could pull that meal off that we were supposed to make. So we substituted noodles for this thing and maybe
chicken for lamb or something.
But I'm sure that the dinner at Boone Tavern is going to be a whole lot better than
yes,
that one was.
Sure. Those are a lot of fun. We've played those before too, and I do remember the cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. But we invite everybody to just come down, and the hotel is decorated. Our team spent about 3 days just decorating, and it just, the other day they were hanging, at night, they were hanging the stockings above the fireplace, and the fireplace was lit. And I said, this is Christmas. So
yes, it feels like
we invite everybody from Berea just to come in and walk around and get in the mood for Christmas.
Well, we're so glad you came down to join us and talk about it. Now, at one time there was a dinner, an international dinner or something that I remember years ago that I attended. That I don't think you've done it in a while, but
no, we do. Right.
I guess what I'm saying is I'd like for you to bring that back.
I have a new idea for. We plan a year ahead, so now I do an international dinner. Themed around the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We do something for the students that have to stay for Christmas, and we feed them. They come over and we feed them lasagna, believe it or not, because that's what they want.
Well, we were there. I was telling Gary just before we went on air that my family and I had Sunday brunch there recently, and it just totally loved it. I would recommend it highly to anyone who wants to eat somewhere Sunday after church or just Sunday morning. When is the brunch served? From when to when?
We serve from 11 to 2.
Yeah, it was excellent.
And I'll tell you, if you haven't been to see this man's place since they remodeled, you've not ever been there before.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
truthfully,
totally
it is completely different. While I've got you here, I want to know the real story of the skylight.
Okay. There used to be a skylight at Boone Tavern, and over the years when it was renovated, they covered it up. And when we were looking to remodel and redo the hotel, they discovered it was there. So we're the first LEED Green certified hotel in Kentucky, and so part of that is bringing in light into the building. And so they said, well, let's make this a part. So now the skylight room it's right over the original dining room when the hotel was built in 1909. And so when the sunlight comes in, it's really beautiful, especially like today. And it's a beautiful place to have a wedding or a dinner now, and it's with the light coming in, it's just so pretty.
So it was there and didn't even know it was there. I mean, it just had been forgotten.
A lot of the places over the years that just for different reasons had been covered up. And so now we bring in light as much as possible into the building. Upstairs on the 3rd floor, we have every other light is when the sun is really bright, it cuts off. So it produces this beautiful light down the hallway, but it's sunlight. So it's part of being green.
Now, with the addition on the back, what was the driving factor of that besides modernization? Were you raising your star value, or what's?
Well, when you used to have to cross Short Street to come into the hotel, and it was small entrance, and there wasn't any really handicap accessible areas, and just thought that putting a garden out there would enhance that, and a better place for people to unload their luggage instead of having to come across the street in traffic. So with the flower garden, now we have weddings out there. It's
I've been in
beautiful.
a couple dance performances out there. It's a nice place to dance.
It's and in the spring, sometimes we do a few hors d'oeuvre things out there too. But it's now the bellman. We added bellman, which we didn't have before. So now when you drive up, our bellman will get you under the porte-cochere there and help you with your luggage. So it's really, it wasn't to increase the star necessarily, but it does increase the service and the appearance.
It's really beautiful.
It is. It's completely beautiful. That's why I was asking that question.
And all the furniture there is still made by students. Upstairs, the beds, the dressers, the chairs, all of that is handcrafted by students. So that's really neat. And one thing I'm not sure, everything all the money that we take in after all our bills are paid goes back to student scholarships. So that's really a neat thing to work for, help students.
And the furniture, in keeping with Berea's long, wonderful student craft tradition, is just absolutely exquisite. It really is beautiful.
It's nice stuff.
Yes.
All right, one last question.
Yes, sir.
Tips or no tips now?
Tips are allowed, and students are allowed to accept them as part of their, if you feel they warrant it. So that for a long time that was.
When I worked there, it was
no tips. And you also had to wear a jacket.
That's
right. So you know we you no longer have to put a jacket to come in for dinner. It's just we're still nice, but you know the traditions change a little bit, and people are a little less casual and traveling today. But still, we try to do it nice for you.
Still feels like a beautiful and classy atmosphere in there. I mean, when I go, I always want to dress up because I feel like I want to be in keeping with my surroundings.
Now, I know people can rent the tavern for events. I know the Chamber has done that before and maybe doing it again soon, I think, for their dinner. Hospice has rented it before, I know that. How many people does it sit in the main?
We could do 150 in the dining room for a meal. We have another room, the Skylight room, will seat about 50, and in the coil room will seat 70. And you can rent all of the space together. We do about 50 weddings a year.
So if a business wants to do their holiday dinner there, there's still availability, or are you pretty full now? Or?
Yes, we still have a few days open, and if I could give if you go to boonetavernhotel.com, there's a calendar of all the things that we're doing. And also, if you want to phone for any additional information, it's 985-3700.
3700. Well, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
And before you get off here, I want to say congratulations for the performance that you gave in Richmond there. Jennifer, the play that they recently did was called The Shadow Box.
Yeah.
It was in the Black Box Theater at the Richmond Center, which is the first performance ever in that theater since it was opened.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. Gary played a gentleman that was dying of cancer, I believe it was, and it was just very moving.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, when we were just talking earlier over here, I got the impression that he was an actor, but we didn't really get to dig into what kind of experience he had with that. That's great.
Yeah, it's fun. And if anyone comes to see Scrooge next Saturday night, I'm playing Marley. We do it with full makeup and fog and everything, so it's a lot of fun. So I encourage you to come out and see it.
Well, thanks again for being here. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Chad and Jennifer, I'm down here with
Dennis Jacobs.
Dennis, nice to meet you. Tell us what you do here, Dennis. What part do you have in the festivities?
Well, this is the Berea Rotary Club 5K I did a run. And we also have a run walk this year, and so I got the opportunity to work with the schools and kind of make arrangements for that. So we're pretty excited. That group just took off, and when they get back, we'll be doing a 5K.
Well, I noticed that you have a number, so you're running in the race, right? You're not just hoping to organize.
Somebody's got to run.
Somebody's got to run. Do you run regularly?
Yes, I run pretty regularly.
Well, I would say I'd race you, but I'm not sure I'd even get down to the starting line. So,
well, then I'd like to race you.
Oh my gosh! How many years have you run?
I've been running since I was 22, off and on.
I thought you were going to make a joke and say since you were 3 years old, but you knew what I meant. How many years have you run here in the race? How many years have you done
the
this
race
event?
just started last year. This is our second year. What's exciting to us is that this money all goes for scholarships. We use the money for scholarships for high school students going to college. 2 years ago, we were only doing a couple of scholarships. Last year, we were able to do 13 scholarships.
13,
so we're very
that's
excited.
That's exciting.
And this really helps us to do that. And look at the participation and all the folks and all the kids. And I mean, it's really been wonderful.
And I just saw some kids run down the street. What race was that?
That's the run walk, and that's where the schools participated. And we give a $500 prize to the school that has the most participation.
Wow! Any idea who won this year?
Don't know. No spoilers here, buddy.
All right, we'll just have
Talk
to wait.
to Mr. Loftus. He's the president.
We'll just have to wait and find out the results. Thank you so much.
And good afternoon. I'm Rhonda with Berea Online. I have Lori Lawson with me here, and looks like you've got it again, Lori. She has pulled it off on this beautiful float that she does every year. So tell me, Lori, how long does it take to build something like that?
Oh, about 2 months. We started 2 months ago on it.
You've done an excellent job, Lori. Well, thank you, Lori. I appreciate you taking time out this evening.
Rhonda, thank you so much for stopping and spending time with us.
Well, I certainly appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're involved with the chamber.
Yep.
Well, there he went again.
Yep.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you.
Have a good evening, too.
I know you'll win. You probably will. That's a lot of work.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Good luck to you. Bye-bye.
Ladies, would you introduce yourselves, please?
Susan Stone.
Natalie Lewis.
And tell me, which race are you running in today?
The Jingle Bell Run.
Jingle Bell Run.
All right. How long is the race?
5K.
And did you all run last year?
Yes, we did.
How did you do?
We got messed.
She came in first and I came in second.
Wow, congratulations. Are you all going to be here for the parade tonight?
Yes, we sure wouldn't miss it.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. Good luck in the race today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hello. Thanks for joining us again. I'm Chad Hembree, and this is Jennifer Rose Escobar. We're proud to bring to the platform here with us Brenda Upton, who is with the Miss Berea Area Scholarship Program, which is an affiliate of the Miss America system. And I have had the privilege of working in her pageants for the last, 4 years now? 5 years maybe? Yeah. And I have had so much fun. We actually produced a Miss Kentucky out of this pageant, and that was a phenomenal experience. I have learned so much about the pageant system and have become a huge fan and very much respect it. And you would not believe the work that this woman puts in to making these things happen. So we are so glad to have you here, Brenda.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed being here today.
We just wanted to talk about what the program is, kind of about the Miss America system, maybe kind of people have questions comparing it to the Miss USA system, the differences, and then also we'll talk individually about your pageant coming up.
Okay. A lot of people get confused with the two systems. Of course, there is the Miss America system and the Miss USA, and the Miss America system is a scholarship pageant, and it promotes young women that are talented in the system, and we start recruiting actually. It's a mentoring program, a feeder program to the Miss Kentucky, and they start at 3 years old actually. And we have Little Miss, Preteen, Teen, and Miss, and of course with all the commotion about pageants, there is a lot of commotion.
That was a good way of putting it.
I don't know. Yes, I stalled on that word, I think. We are a non-glitz pageant. The little girls are very natural, and that's what the Miss America system wants them to be. They want them to be little girls and not, much older looking than what they are. So it starts out with interview. We do lots of interviews, talent, on-stage question, evening gown. Of course, that's casual wear and a little formal wear for the little ones. They can wear tea-length dresses, church dresses, but when it comes to the Miss, it's evening gowns and swimsuit, of course, with that part of the program.
Excellent. Well,
what kind of scholarships do you get from?
Well, there's a lot of scholarships. At the teen pageant, which now the past 5 years goes on to a national pageant, and that's in Daytona Beach, and they have received lots of scholarship money within the thousands of dollars. The Miss America organization, which that's the teen that has a national now, but of course Miss America, one of our formers who we were lucky to have, DeJuan Trent, who was proud to be a Berea College graduate, was actually, she did my pageant and was Miss Berea and went on to Miss Kentucky to win, and then I followed her with our group out to Las Vegas and supported her there. She actually won a lot of scholarship money, enough to probably do grad school, which I'm sure she will be. She's right now working with United Way, but there is it all depends on the level of what you win, but there is always scholarship. I've had many girls in the past that have helped pay their college education with scholarship money that they've won.
So it would be money that you can then use at the college or university of your choice?
It only goes to the college. We do not write them a personal check.
Right.
It is they send us their information, the college does, and then we send all of that to the college.
Wonderful.
So.
Now this program, this is where you brought me in, is that you actually have a talent portion that is required.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And it can be, what Miss America and I think Miss Kentucky is looking for is not necessarily the best interview, the best swimsuit, the best talent. They're looking for a more well-rounded person that just can, be a people person that can talk. What Miss Kentucky's job is, and a lot of the states, when our Miss Kentucky goes to Miss America, she talks to, of course, all the other states, and they say, gosh, you're so lucky because you actually have a job. And a lot of the states don't provide them with a job, but with Kentucky, she is paid, and she works for the Kentucky Proud and the No Ifs, Ands, and Buts program. So what Miss Kentucky does she hits the ground running, and she travels thousands and thousands of miles across this state, and she is a wonderful role model to children, boys and girls, to be Kentucky proud, and also, in the elementary school and the middle schools and the high schools, the No Ifs, Ands, and Buts program too. So
she's an employee of the
state of
agriculture department.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting because people say, who hires Miss Kentucky? The agriculture department.
Yeah, agriculture.
Makes sense.
And we're we're very fortunate that she has that job, and we get feedback through all the schools. I've got to go with her in the Madison County schools, and the children just love her. They just, and she's just so sweet. And Dawn, when she was Miss Kentucky, she never had a certain program, and she would just get up and we'd say, well, Dawn, what do you plan today to talk about? And she goes, I don't know, I'm just gonna wing it, and she is good at winging it, actually. And so she would just get the children involved, and she had a beautiful voice and could sing, and they were just hugging her and wanted to touch her, but she just said, I want them to, just know that I'm just a regular person, and she just also talks about, pursuing their goals and staying in school and getting a great education.
Makes perfect sense. Great. And now our current Miss Kentucky, Jessica Casefold, actually we got to work with her as well. She didn't. She's a product of your pageants, but earlier in her career.
She's a beautiful young lady. She was very athletic too. She's 6 foot, standing flat-footed.
That's right.
And she was a volleyball player in high school. She's from Pikeville, Kentucky. And now, of course, she resides in Lexington for this year, and she's on the road, going to all the schools. But she's preparing, this next month is kind of crunch time for her, and she's planning, her trip to Vegas to the Miss America pageant. So that's in January. I hope to attend that again because I really care for her a lot, and I think she will do well. She's just a beautiful person inside and out. So we're really proud of her, and she's 20 years old, so she's quite the young Miss Kentucky. Sometimes they're a little older and maybe are getting ready to graduate from college, but she did a beautiful job. The judges absolutely loved her this year.
Okay, let's talk a bit about your pageant that's coming up in February.
My pageant's February the 23rd. It's going to be at Madison Southern High School Auditorium. Of course, Chad's going to be doing my sound. And we have the Little Miss, which we really encourage, the Little Miss and the preteen, because that is our feeder program to the Miss Kentucky. And we want all of the girls, and we just encourage good sportsmanship. And and I tell the parents, they're all winners. No one, everyone here is a winner, and we crown every little girl and give them a gift, of a crown to know that, that they did a great job. Unfortunately, someone does take the overall and goes, but we pay their way to state, they get crown and flowers, and then we work with them. That's Little Miss, Preteen, Teen, and Miss, and what we do when they win my pageant, our team, we do mock interviews, and Chad's helped me on several mock interviews, and we, obviously. I'm not a vocalist, but I have some experience with piano and different things like that. So, we talk to their coaches and just find what song and what fits best for them at the state level. And we're just a team that just works with them. Of course, anything that they do is their final say. And but we just we just encourage them and do plenty of mock interviews, current events. Encourage them always when they're getting swimsuit ready to eat healthy and do it the right way, and because that's just shows that they're eating a good life, having a good lifestyle, and eating correctly. So that's a little bit of what we do.
What would a person have to do to register or get ready for participation?
Well, we are now. As far as the, now locally with the Little Miss or the Preteen, you just go to the MissBereaArea.org website and you can see all the information and all the times and sign up. But and then the teens also can do that. You just go to the website and there is a fee, and but now the Miss, we have, it's been about, I'd say 4 years ago, Children's Miracle Network has teamed up with Miss America. So what they do now is all the money, because it used to be that the girls would just enter a preliminary free, but now they do have to pay $100. But that money goes to Children's Miracle Network, and then when they win the preliminary and go to state, they have some more money that they do have to raise. But all of that money stays local. Every state, it stays at the Children's Hospital in Lexington and also the hospital in Louisville. So all that money, and then and they go when they go to state. Actually, they go to the Children's Hospital and they sign their little autograph pads and talk to the children that's in the hospital. They go to the VA and talk to all the veterans, and they do a lot of things in the community. Of course, a big part of Miss America and Miss Kentucky program is volunteer work. They have to have a platform, and that's what they have to work for. And it can be anything that is true to your heart. It's what you would want to volunteer as. It may be somebody that has had breast cancer, your mother or someone in your family that you really wanted to work towards that. I mean, it can be literacy, anything, arts in the schools. There's so many different things, and it's whatever person just feels like that they would like to give their time and effort to. So, but it's MissBereaArea.org is what they go to, and they can call me anytime. My phone number is on there, and I stay up quite late, so I'm probably they're probably in bed before I am. I answer questions all the time. My phone, when it gets pageant time, starts ringing, and there's never a silly question. Because people that, especially the new ones that are not familiar with it, they have a lot of questions. It's something they're going into unknown. So, we try to make it as easy as possible.
We got a train coming.
I hear that train all the time.
Yeah, we've talked about your pageant. Of course, your business, Mario's Pizza, is actually one of our partners, and you're feeding our crew here after the presentation. Of course, now looking at all this crew, do you really want to do that?
Oh, sure. Not a problem.
We really, really appreciate that. We're pretty hungry by the time this is over.
And I also do a lot of catering.
Yes,
so
you do.
I'm actually, after I leave here, dropping off some desserts at a catering job. So I have a lot of holiday meals to fix, and a lot of turkeys and hams, so I will probably go out to eat. No, I will eat. I did go out to eat actually on Thanksgiving, but
well, I can personally vouch for the catering end of things. It's excellent food.
Well, thank you so much. Well, we've been in business a long time, so we like to help out in the community in all different ways.
Well, we want to thank you for being here with us.
Thank you
and
for
thank you
having
for
me.
all the work you put into the scholarship pageant. It is one of the diamonds in Berea. It is a fantastically run pageant, one of those in the state that others look up to, and I so much appreciate it. And of course, the girls that you turned out of that pageant prove my point.
They are. They're beautiful young ladies, and that's why I do it. And I don't get paid anything. You know, I want everybody to know that too. It's strictly volunteer, and I do that because I love. You know, I've met so many beautiful girls and made lifelong friends with them and their families that, you know, I mean, I go to Miss Kentucky and I've had so many of them that if I were to send them flowers, which I do a lot, I would have to send half of them flowers because I've had so many that, you know, that recompete, and they recompete year after year. And, you know, it's all volunteer, and that's what we do because we just enjoy the system, we believe in it, and it just has a lot of beautiful, talented women.
Well, thank you so much again for being here.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, sir.
Jim Bowman.
Jim Bowman. And Jim, I take it that you've run into a few other races besides this one.
Several, yes, sir. I've run the Boston Marathon, the North Face Endurance Challenge, Big South Fork Trail Race. I get to run quite a bit. I'm a lucky guy.
Wow. Now, how long is this race today?
This is 5K. It's 3.1 miles. Winter will probably run it in maybe 17, 18 minutes. We're just jogging today. I ate a big turkey dinner, so I'm not racing today.
Now, don't count yourself out yet. You might still be the winner.
I was a winner at lunch, I can tell you that.
Where did you eat lunch?
I went to a fellowship up here at one of the local churches, and we had turkey and pumpkin pie and all the Christmas trimmings. We had a marvelous lunch, and it's truly grateful to be here today.
When I'm new in town, I have to ask, are you from this area, or where do you live?
I was born and raised here in Berea, and then I went off on an adventure for 20 years and returned back, and now I run a swimming pool business and sell campers and a couple little businesses here in town.
Well, it's really nice to meet you, and good luck in the run today.
And good afternoon. Thank you for coming back to us. We're down here in the parking lot at the Berea Chamber Christmas Parade, and I have Rick Abney with me here. Rick, good to see you.
Good to see you
Thank
too.
you for taking time out. Tell me a little bit about your float.
Okay, well this, as I said, is a Brady family. It's located on Loxton Lane. It's where people can go through the day, elderly people, or someone that needs special care, and they can go there and stay from 9 to 5. And it's run by Joyce Griggs and her son Danny. And
That's a great addition to Berea.
Yes.
Don't you think? Is this your all's first year to be in the parade?
As far as I know, I've been with them about 2 months, and I work one-on-one with one of the clients. And but there's some, the ages range from maybe 18, 19. There's a lady I think is around 74. So it's for different age groups. If they just need help, assistance with things, then this is the place to go.
Well, it sounds like a good place and something additional for Berea. And thank you so much for participating in the Christmas parade.
I love it.
Always good to see you, Rick.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So tell us how you make kettle corn. My son loves this.
Well, you start out, you put soybean oil in, then you got a burner underneath that gets up to 280 degrees. Then once the oil gets hot, you just pour the corn and the sugar in. And where the oil is hot, it caramelizes the sugar, and as the corn pops, it just sticks right to the corn and stuff.
So I take it sugar is the secret ingredient.
Oh yeah.
How long does it take to make a batch?
From start to finish, less than 4 minutes.
Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, I've seen you all, I'm sure, at another festival before. My son loves kettle corn and never seems to get enough of it, so we're going to have to come back in a few minutes.
Well, we'll be right here until the end of the parade.
How long have you been in the kettle corn business?
6 years.
6 years, and what got you in it?
Well, I work for a guy that owns this. I just, when we first moved to town, I was just looking for a weekend job, and he had an ad in the paper, and I've been with him ever since.
Wow, so are you work for him, or are you one of these days you want to own your own business?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Well, it looks like you're doing a good job. So it looks like the sugar's kind of turning to a thicker, like a caramel.
Yeah, that's with the oil and stuff. It's melting down, and that's what's once it starts, the corn starts to pop, it just sticks right to it, glazes over the corn. What it does.
It looks like it's starting to go. Is there any danger standing here close to the pot?
Oh yeah, you can get popped.
What a way to go.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it looks really good. Here it goes. Yow!
I told you it goes.
Yo! It looks really good. I'm going to have to run for it. Bye!
Here we have some wise men from the live nativity scene. And can you tell us more about what you're doing here for the parade?
Well, Berea Baptist has put this on for several years now. They do the free hot chocolate, and we have the live nativity scene with the animals for the kids, and it's been a great way for the church to reach out to the community.
Hello and welcome back. We have a very special guest and a wonderful friend of mine joining us, Mr. Jeremy Grant.
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
Jeremy.
Mr. Grant is used to being called Mr. Grant as he teaches English at Madison Southern High School, but he also has another job, and that is a producer at Brigadoon Studios, and also the writer of Freedmont, the new TV series, which I co-produced with Jeremy and directed it. We have worked very closely together and rekindled a friendship that started back, golly, what, 1992? Yeah. Where we actually,
oh my gosh, we are so old, y'all.
we did a performance of Brigadoon, and that's why we named our studio Brigadoon, because that was the first performance we were in together. So there you go, a little bit of history.
Yeah,
I know, isn't it?
We look really good in kilts too.
That's right.
Like, yeah.
I bet you do.
It'll make you very secure.
Yeah. I mean, if you can wear a kilt, especially for me as a 14-year-old freshman, and can walk around in a kilt, that not a lot you can put in front of me now that I get embarrassed
probably
by.
Not. Well prepared to be a high school English teacher.
Yes, that's right. No
Nothing's
embarrassment
gonna shock
coming
you.
here.
Yeah.
Well, what we wanted to bring you on here for is to talk a little bit about Freedmont and what that is. We don't have anyone in this parade. We did in the Spoonbread Festival parade. But Freedmont is about to wrap up its first season, but you can go on and watch all the episodes. They're still out there. But go ahead and talk about how the concept came about.
Well, it was something that you and I had talked for a long time about, wanting to do something together, kind of collaboratively and creatively, and we appeared in the Spotlight Acting School's presentation of The Music Man, and had a lot of time to kill backstage, and just sat around talking about possible ideas. And kind of one that we latched onto is this idea of a private school with a headmaster and some students who seemed a little kind of out of the ordinary, a little different. And so we just kind of sat down and kind of outlined some ideas and some kind of plot beats and some characters, and 2 or 3 weeks later we produced a script and we're casting and shooting. So it's kind of a whirlwind thing, but ultimately it's a show about a private school that's been created by a group called the Administration, and these kids have been brought together because they are uniquely gifted, shall we say, and that's what the first season's kind of dealt with, is why are these kids here and what exactly is the administration doing with them.
Now, speaking of casting, to your right there, one of our wonderful stars, who, by the way, you're getting lots of compliments,
how nice.
Probably as much as anyone in the cast. So stellar performance.
I heard through the grapevine that somebody had asked if I was single, which totally made my day, since I'm an old married mom.
Well,
when we get into marketing, like doing posters and things like that, we'll know where we need to go.
But anyway, Jennifer plays our science teacher, Miss Cassie Newton, and we're about to see a twist in Miss Newton's character on this next episode. So that actually comes out next Wednesday, which will be the...
Third,
won't be the 6th, it'll be the 5th. Be the 5th, yeah. So
good, I'm teaching science and not math, right? Since I'm counting on my fingers.
there you go. So we're very excited. Of course, we have lots of more. Actually, there's several of our crew here that are actually in the cast. This whole thing about filming a series, people are like, aren't you a bit ambitious about that? You haven't done a film project before. Well, that's true. We had never done a film project before. It was
got to start sometime.
We've done lots of stage projects, but we decided we wanted to do it, and we did it. And, we watch it, and there's things about it we want to improve. And come second season, we're actually going to do a little throwback and kind of poke fun at some of the things we messed up on and completely reboot the series. It's going to look daylight and dark. But if you've watched this season, each episode is so much better because it's a learning experience. But all of our cast was volunteer, all of our staff was volunteer. This was just another way to get Berea people something to be involved in the arts. And it has been a lot of fun. We met, how long did we rehearse? It wasn't even...
Rehearse?
I mean, I'm sorry.
What?
We didn't rehearse anything. How long did we film?
We filmed roughly, 4 days?
3 or 4.
Four full days.
Yeah.
So over the course of a month, we filmed on 4 Saturdays, and then 1 or 2 Sunday afternoons in there as well.
Okay. And that produced an entire season, which was a lot different than us who are used to working in stage productions. It takes 6 weeks of rehearsal, and then
forever.
Yeah, you're married to this thing.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because some of the kids that were in Music Man with us, we were having a ball, but they could not understand how we could go out on stage and do our characters, and I was playing the mayor. Loved that, by the way. Came off, and after just fussing at someone, and I'd sit down and we'd start talking about Fremont, and they were like, "How do you change gears?
How do you do that?"
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about
eventually you can.
The cool thing about a movie or TV or that kind of thing is that you do things in these little segments. And so for me as an actor in the series, not having to memorize everybody else's lines and to interact throughout an entire scene, or sit on stage with nothing to say but still put out the energy of being involved in the scene. It's very different in filming because you're not even in the room. If you're not actively in the scene, you're not even in the room when it's being filmed. So there's a lot of time to really study the few lines that you have, or for me, work on costume or hair, the fun stuff like that.
Yeah, and I know that was one of the things that we had talked about early on, is we have a lot of people with stage experience, and you don't have to kind of be as exaggerated. It's a lot more subtle, things like that. So, you'll see a difference in these later episodes just from people kind of getting more comfortable with the format.
Right.
And we've talked a lot about Fremont. You can actually find it at freedmont.org on the web. Also, I was
the website?
Freedmont.org, but
okay.
Also, you can find us on Facebook,
Yes.
YouTube. There's a channel for it. Blip TV picked us up, and Daily Motion actually picked us up as a network. So lots of places you can see it. We're going to actually be adding to the cast here very soon. So be watching out on our website and even in the newspaper for announcements where you could join the crew or the cast of Fremont. We have a wonderful time. It's just a fun experience.
Yep, I'll be going back into the bunker here in a few weeks to write the script for season 2, and it amazes me the people that I will be at work, or I'll be out at Walmart, or I'll get messages on Facebook, and the people who come up and will talk to me and will be like, "Oh, I bet this person's going to do this," or "Why did you have them do this?" And people are really watching it, and they're getting invested in it, and that is probably the most rewarding thing about this is, this thing we did and had a lot of fun with, and now other people are seeing it and having fun with it as well.
Well, one of the most masochistic things I do is go on topics every once in a while.
I don't do that. Just tell me the good stuff that gets said, and
I was just wanted to see what was going on with Fremont on there. And there were some people really cranking down on it pretty hard, and I got so tickled because the truth is, they've watched every single episode and picked it apart. And I thought, wow, they're really into it. If they weren't so into it, they wouldn't be watching it like that.
They couldn't be saying the things that,
That's right. That's true. So don't take all criticism, as bad.
Okay, that's a great attitude, Chad.
There are some people really taking this story serious because it is a serious story. It is, and
it's a cliffhanger. If you haven't seen it, you really need to go see it, because it's season 1 ends with a cliffhanger, and none of the actors know what happens next, and so don't ask us because we don't know. My kids are after me all the time, and now that they know who you are, they'll be after you too. Say, what happens?
Actually, Lydia came up to me and she said, "Tell me what happens, and I won't tell Mom." And I said, "I'm not going to tell you what happens." She goes, "Please tell me." I said, "I'll tell you the day before the episode comes out." So I've made a deal.
That's funny.
Well, and what's
so she can hold it over you for one day. That's the
And what's funny is in a couple of those later episodes, I put twists in that he didn't even know about until he read the script. So that was one of the things. Like when we were wrapping up filming, people would come up and be like, "So is this me that this thing happens to, or am I the one?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. You gotta wait.
You gotta wait and see."
Jeremy pretty much said, "I don't know" to everybody's questions there at the end of filming. It's pretty funny.
Well, we're going to have to move along. We got a couple more people waiting, but thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Please check out Fremont and watch it. We appreciate your feedback.
Chad and Jennifer, I am here with the Methodist minister. I recognized him from church about a week and a half ago. Tell us your name, sir.
My name is Gary Rowan. I'm the pastor at the Berea United Methodist Church.
How many years have you been pastor there?
About 6.5.
6.5 years. Where did you come from?
That's a long story. My mama told me one story, but I was living in Bowling Green before I come here.
Wow. Well, tell us what you're doing here. I see you're man in the booth for the Rotary Club.
I'm one of many. There's several people around here that will be doing the real work. I'm just here as an encourager. But we just sell hot chocolate, brownies, snacks, popcorn, hot dogs.
I have to ask, did you pray for cold weather today so that you'd have a big success in your hot chocolate sales?
If I thought God cared, I might have, but no, I didn't.
Well, he's sure shining on us today. It's absolutely beautiful out here.
Beautiful day. This is the warmest Christmas parade in 4 or 5 years.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a good evening and no rain as well. So we thank you for your prayers and the God-sent weather.
Well, amen to that. Thank you.
And good afternoon. I'm Rhonda McIntyre with Berea Online. I have Danny Miller with me here. Danny is the Berea Chamber of Commerce Parade Chair. How are you, Danny?
Doing great, Rhonda. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Sun shining.
2 years in a row. Last year was like this, and we got it again, so
that's right.
Any better than that?
That is right. What was the temperature today?
Somewhere around 60, 62, I think. So that's awesome for this.
It is. So that means more people will be out.
That's right. That's right. We expect 5,000 or 6,000 people uptown for the normal number, so today could be more than that.
That's a lot of people.
It is a lot.
I mean, they come out when it's cold, but when it's warmer, they all come
Absolutely.
out.
Absolutely.
So how many entries do you have?
We've got somewhere around 50 this year, and I think I counted about 20 floats, which that's up, which is great because that's what everybody comes to see. So it should be a good parade.
And the theme of the parade this year?
The Lights of Christmas. We're trying to encourage a nighttime parade to where there's more lights and, to win the prizes because we're doing a first and second place in each category, so it should be good.
And so on the categories, what are the categories that are judged for these entries?
Well, we do first place for business, first place church, and first for nonprofit, and then second in each of those as well. So giving away 6 trophies this year.
That's great.
It is.
And so how many judges do you have that participate, come and judge those?
We have 3.
3 judges.
Yeah. We have an odd number, so if there's a tie, so we have 3.
That's great. So on the horses, about how many horses do you have?
Oh, we had a lot this year because of the weather. There's probably going to be 20 horses in this time. It's all said and done. So who knows? They signed up. We tell them to come. So with this good weather, bring them out.
That is great. And another thing that's coming up that's around the corner that we don't want to forget about that happens after the parade would be the Chamber Awards Banquet, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. And I think that's next Thursday, I'm thinking. Is that right?
The 13th.
Okay, 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. 13th. Yeah, that'll be here too.
And so on those Chamber Awards, which Berea Chamber does that every year, it will be held at Boone Tavern this year, correct?
That's right.
And that's the time that all the members, they vote on different categories for people. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Well, they do a Business of the Year, Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, Hall of Fame award for somebody that's been a contributor for multiple years, participated, and probably a couple I'm thinking of. Those are some of the main ones.
And that's always another big event that the Chamber does.
It's a good night. It really is.
So the Chamber does a lot for Berea. Danny heads up the parade. That's part of what he does. We have the Spoon Bread Festival. We have the Golf Scramble.
Right.
And to wrap up the year, we do the awards banquet. So I thank you very much, Danny, for stepping out of here because I know they're rolling in and it won't be long and kicking off the parade. But thank you, Danny, for your time. Thank you for your hard work.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. And once again, I'm the chair along with Frankie Blevins, but there's a lot of people that help with this, so it takes a group effort by all means. So I thank everybody for the help. Thanks, Rhonda.
Thank you, Danny.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'm here with the mayor. The mayor happens to do a number of things in town. I'm the new guy, and I appreciated your helping us close on our house as well.
It's my pleasure.
We've been looking around here, and I've been down to the festivities, waiting for the parade. Tell us what your favorite part of these festivities are.
Well, you know, I don't get to see a lot of the parade because I routinely ride on the ladder truck. And when you're in it, you miss 90% of it.
Are you not going to be in the parade this year?
Well, I will be, but you know, if you're in it, you don't see it.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going to watch this year.
No, I came up for the interview to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And the parade doesn't start till 6.
Oh, that's right. Well, you've got a comfortable spot here on City Hall.
I do. Front row seat.
All right. Well, I missed it a minute ago. What float are you on this year? Do you ride in a car or are you on a special float?
Ever since I became mayor, I requested that we have our ladder truck in the parades. And can you imagine a better ride than riding on the ladder fire truck?
Now, what place do you get to ride? Do you ride on the back or do you drive?
Well, the city council and elected officials and occasionally honored guests get to ride on top in the bucket, the front bucket. So we have the preeminent place. You know, maybe one of these years we'll put Santa Claus up there.
Have you ever been tempted to turn on the pumper while you're up there and spray people down?
I tell you, the hardest thing is the enjoyment that the firemen get in running the siren and the horn, and I don't know. I don't know which is harder, the plummeting temperatures sometimes, or the reverberations of their siren. But
well, it's a beautiful day to go deaf.
It is that, and there's going to be a wonderful parade this year, lots of entries. It'll be colorful, and you know the significant thing about the Christmas parade is that it's in the evening, so the lights on the floats and on the streets play a big role. It's a wonderful way to end the year.
Well, it's a beautiful evening, and we sure appreciate your time, Mayor. Have a good time riding in the parade tonight.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you, too.
Thank you.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the window to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes would appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with the obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof, and the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back. He looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. The droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word but went straight to his work.
and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Merry Christmas!
Hello and welcome back. I'm Chad Hembree. This is Jennifer Rose Escobar. Hey. We are here at the Twilight Christmas Parade, which is sponsored by the Berea Chamber of Commerce each year. They also have a Christmas bazaar, and we've got Philip Smith up there covering that, so we'll be getting some information from that later. But joining us right now, we have our mayor, Mr. Stephen Conley. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Good evening. Merry Christmas to all.
You too.
What number is it? Which Christmas?
I don't know.
25th?
No.
No, we did 25th a few years ago, right? Or was that 20th?
I don't remember. Isn't that sad? We'll
That's
know
really
when
sad.
they bring us the official list. As you know, we've said we pre-record these interviews before the parade, same day of the parade, but we're right here in front of City Hall, and we caught the mayor before he actually goes down to the parade to get on the float. So we haven't actually received our lineup yet.
Fire truck.
Yeah.
The fire truck.
The Tower One. How's that?
And that's why you ran for mayor, isn't it? To get to ride the fire truck in the parade.
Can you imagine a better ride?
No, I can't. It would be awesome.
The only thing I have is that you're up there so high that you're above the lights sometimes, so you don't have to squint to see you sometimes. So maybe you can get some lights up there.
That's what you need.
No. I tell you, the most challenging thing about riding on the truck is not the lights, but it is the propensity of the firemen to run the siren and the horn.
Try not to jump out of the bucket, right?
We've eliminated the low-hanging limbs from most of the trees that are only responsible for several council members getting knocked off.
Watch out for that, Chad.
All council members can limbo. I got you. All right. Well, we were glad that you stopped by. Can you talk to us a little bit what's going on with the city this Christmas season? I know that the city workers got all the lights up very quickly, and it's a beautiful, the city is just beautiful.
I'm always so proud to be from here at Christmas time because it's just done so well.
Christmas in Berea is wonderful, not only the parade, but you know we're into the first day of the 12 days of Christmas, the Learn Shops. Right. Go to Berea.com, and there's still time to get involved in one of those craft experiences if you'd like. Make it, take it, and give it. But it's a beautiful time, especially when there's not a foot of snow. We are anxiously awaiting the winter rains, though. Berea needs to recharge its reservoir, and that usually happens in the wintertime. But in terms of city work, things are slowing down. We're looking forward to a new council, and we're looking forward to a year of construction projects and economic development and lots of opportunities.
Well, there is a lot going on, and if you want to see what's going on, just watch a city council meeting because they're always jam-packed with information and lots of things to learn. It's a busy place. You were talking about the Learn Shops. Let's go into that a little bit more because that's a pretty encompassing event, and it's not just specific for the 12 Days of Christmas. There have been other things going along with the Learn Shops as well.
Absolutely. It's really a revolutionary concept that's been developed by the Tourism Commission and a number of our consultants, and it is to redefine the paradigm of the craft festival. The craft festival that I guess you could arguably say the craft fair first started in Berea in 1896 with the homespun fair and gained a lot of popular notoriety with the Kentucky Guild Fairs, and then the additional July Fair that gave us this triumvirate of fairs throughout the year. But they have really been popularized across the state, and with the proliferation, the attendance has fallen off in Berea, and so the Learn Shops is an attempt to build on Berea's reputation both as an education center and a craft capital to not only invite people to come and purchase crafts, but to get an experience, to learn from the working artisans themselves how to do. I took one and made a glass paperweight. This year I noticed that they have blow a glass ornament. And there are many, from weaving to jewelry making.
Dancing.
Oh yeah, yes. You can. That's right. And grandparents can make an ornament with their, or a toy or a doll with a grandchild. Yeah. But in the summertime we have 2 weeks. At Christmas we have 12 days, and we're hoping to build this into a year-round experience, encouraging working artists themselves to do it on their own. And ultimately, Berea will morph this into our own craft school, perhaps.
That'd be awesome.
Took a lot of time away from you there, sorry.
No, you're
that's
fine.
what this is about.
And we appreciate you stopping by and talking with us a little bit. And we enjoy waving at you when you drive by here in a few minutes in the parade.
I'll ask them to blow their horn especially loud when they come by.
When they get here, okay, yeah, blow us away.
The siren will go off.
And I know that Philip called you, so we're going to hear a little bit more from you in another interview, I believe, as well. But that's okay. You're a popular man. We appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas.
You too.
Hi, ma'am. Tell me your name.
My name is Roxy Osborne.
Roxy Osborne. And Roxy, did you make all of this jewelry?
Yes, I made every bit of it.
You did every bit of it?
Yes.
Wow, it's beautiful.
And it's hand knotted pearls as well as tiger's eye. We have crochet, wire crochet. We have wire knit, wire wrapping, stone setting.
I never realized how many interesting things there are down here at the bazaar. Now, tell me, which is your favorite piece?
I can't.
I know that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Okay, show us 2 or 3 of your favorite pieces.
I love my South Sea, the golden South Sea pearls. These are shell pearls that are from China.
They're beautiful.
That I've purchased. I love my wire knitting. This is new to me. I haven't done this very often, but this is knitted on a loom with wire, and then you embellish it. You could add beads to it or embellish it anyway.
I have to ask about the popcorn. That's beautiful. Tell us about that.
This is my Christmas necklace. My popcorn with cranberry colored ceramic beads.
Now, is that real popcorn?
Yes, it is.
Is it sealed in something, or could I actually eat that right now?
Oh, you cannot eat this. It is sealed in clear glaze, a clear spray-on glaze.
Well, that sure looks good. Tell me about the jewelry underneath it there. It looks really good with the gold and the Christmas green and red.
I was looking for something with a Christmas theme, and I had seen the technique this is called shaggy loops, and I just thought I'd give it a shot to see if I could do it, and I was able to make. I used my whole lot of gold jump rings, and then this is called Viking knit in the green and the red. This is a ancient technique. They used to make armor with the Viking knit back in those days, and I just kind of put it together and made some little doodads to go with it for Christmas.
Well, it's really beautiful, and it certainly has a Christmas theme. Are you all going to get down to the parade?
No, I think we have to stay here.
Actually, I think the parade's going to come to you in a little bit, right up Main Street. So, well, everything here is really beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Rhonda McIntyre with Berea Online, and I have Matt Rowlett here. That is David Rowlett, the Executive Director of the Berea Chamber of Commerce Sun. How are you, Matt? So tell me, how early this morning did you get started? 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, about every Christmas parade time, right? So where did you start at this morning?
I got right our house.
And then where did you travel to?
Chamber office.
And then where? College Square. So that's his thing. Every year he helps up the College Square. They have a bazaar that goes on that starts at, what time does the bazaar start? Well, he helps his dad set up, which he always is helping our executive director, his dad, every year with every event, whether it's Spoonbread Festival or the parade, everything that goes on. Matt's there. You can depend on him. And so he started early this morning, and now you've ended up down here in the parking lot. So what are you doing down here with the parade?
Handing out flyers and telling them where to go.
And handing them out flyers for what? Matt helps a lot. He helps Linda Van Winkle and Nola Newman here with the concession stand. Every year they have a concession stand that they open because people arrive out at the parking lot really early. Sometimes at noon they are down here at the parking lot, and the parade will kick off at 6. But it just takes a lot to put this parade together, doesn't it, Matt?
My dad works really hard on it.
He does, and we do appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Matt, for taking your time out with me, and I appreciate your hard work, buddy.
Well, hello and welcome back. I'm Jennifer Rose Escobar, and I'm with Chad Hembree covering the Berea Twilight Christmas Parade. And we are so excited to have you with us.
Thank you.
This is our councilman, Diane Kirby, who has actually, this is what, your third or second?
I'm starting my second term.
Starting your second term, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited, very humbled.
Now, we had the mayor on here, and he was talking a lot about the Learn shops and some of the things that were going on. But you're actually have a deeper history with the city.
Yes.
And let's go back. Let's talk a little bit about some of the Christmas traditions, like the tree lighting. I remember all those years doing the tree lighting that we had that button.
Yes.
And that you and Mayor Kirby would get up there, and it actually wasn't hooked to anything, right? So there was somebody hiding in the tree.
There was actually we had one of those electrical off-on switches, and I would stand by the actual thing to turn it on and wait for him to say, and now let's turn on the lights. So it was really exciting.
I remember watching that. Yeah.
I just, as a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing. I
did. Now you're making me feel old.
The all-powerful Diane that can turn the tree lights on.
Sorry, but it's true. But that actually continued way up until I was in college. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we went there for a long time. We may have to think about doing that again at some point.
Yeah. And it's a great time to have everybody come together, and it's one of those traditions of let's flip the switch and turn the lights on, and it is magical for a lot of people.
Now, not only are you a councilman, but you're quite the thespian as well, and you've been in several productions. And we actually had Gary McCormick on here earlier that was talking about a play that he was in recently with hospice. You keep a busy season as well. Are you doing any plays throughout the holiday season, or?
No, I'm actually helping with the house with the Christmas Carol, which, as you know, is a Berea tradition. It's been going on for 25 plus years, and helping with costumes and house with that. And that's actually coming up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. So we want to encourage everyone to come out and watch that.
What was the most recent production that you were in out there?
We did Odd Couple.
Yeah, the female version.
Yeah,
that was
the female version.
I was hoping to hear about that.
And I got to play Oscar, the messy one. I went against Tide, but we were fortunate to have Rebecca Ansari-Pettis, who has retired to Berea. She was the director of the theater department at Union. And she was my co-star, and lots of other folks in the community. It was a great production, great fun. And Gary and I did last year On Golden Pond, which was a wonderful production.
So it's just interesting to me how many ways somebody can get involved in performing and arts and things in this area, and especially this time of year.
Absolutely.
It's a little crazy.
Yes. Sometimes it's hard to say no, because there are so many great things that are going on.
That's right.
It's amazing.
Well, is there anything you're looking forward to this season here in Berea? Or?
I'm looking forward to spending time with family and friends, and just getting some good holiday cooking and good holiday cheer. And just wanted to wish all of the viewers out there a very Merry Christmas, and remind people to think of those that are less fortunate than us and share the blessings that we have. And just hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday.
Thank you so much for being here.
Diane. Thank you all for having me.
And congratulations again on the
Thanks,
election.
and congratulations to you.
Well, thank you
I'm
very
looking
much.
forward to working with you. Great to see you too, Jennifer.
Okay, Chad and Jennifer, we're down here again with the, I'm going to reach around here and read the sign, the Tender Loving Care Animal Refuge. Did I say that right?
Yeah, TLC Animal Refuge.
TLC, and tell me your name.
I'm Amy Kendall.
Amy, and tell us, what do you do for TLC?
We rescue cats and dogs from bad situations. Some of our animals come from high kill shelters, and others are just strays. Some of them are just owner relinquishments. So we take them in, we get them spayed and neutered, find them all good homes, get them vaccinated. Everybody's up to date on everything, all their vaccines, their deworming, heartworm prevention. We also take in, we set out traps to trap feral cats, and so we'll trap them, we take them, get them spayed and neutered and vaccinated, and then we return them to their habitat. So we end up, when they're getting spayed and neutered, we go ahead and take off a piece of their ear, so that way we know which ones we got, and we try to...
You'd hate to do them twice.
Yeah, exactly. They'd hate it for us to do them twice too.
What kind of dogs do you have down here today?
These guys are Beagle Lab mixes. They're all girls. They came from somebody in Mount Vernon. Their dogs had extra puppies. They were going to go to the shelter, so we took them before that happened. This one right over here is Balsa. We got her from a high kill shelter in Estill County. She's going to be put down the day before, or the day after we rescued her. So
wow, just in time.
Yeah. And she's one of the sweetest dogs. We haven't had a single problem with her. She's house trained now. She sleeps in bed with us at night. She's been spayed. She's had puppies before at some point, but she won't ever again. And
well, can you tell folks, these dogs are really cute, can you tell folks who are interested in adopting one of these animals exactly what they need to do so that we can get them home?
Okay, yeah, well, we have people fill out an application for every individual pet. Our dog adoption fees are $125, and again, that includes their spay, vaccinations, deworming, heartworm prevention, all the works. And most of the time, they're house trained, and they're tested with cats, kids, cars. So at least, and maybe they're not good in some cases with cats or whatever, but at least we know that. All of our dogs are. We have a ton of cats too. The cat adoption fee is $65. Again, that includes all the vaccines. They're all litter trained, indoor cats. So you just need to fill out an application. We'll check and make sure that they're going to a good home, not somewhere where they're just going to be turned loose on the streets and busy roads.
And tell us the location again. Where would somebody come to fill out the papers and get a dog?
We adopt out through PetSmart a lot. And so we're normally there on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not always all those days, but at least one of those days during the weekend we will be there.
And where is that PetSmart?
In Richmond, Kentucky.
Gotcha. So they can come down to the PetSmart and you'll have some dogs and cats there. They can fill out the paperwork and give them a good home.
Yes, they can. And we also have a lot of animals listed on petfinder.com too.
Great. That's petfinder.com. Is there a phone number you can give out to get information?
Yes, it's 859-779-8462.
Great. Thank you so much. We appreciate the tour and encourage folks down there to give one of these dogs and cats a good home.
I'm Rhonda McIntyre with Berea Online, and I have Linda Van Winkle with me and Lisa McD. I have learned your name. And both of these ladies, they are on the Berea Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. So tell me, Linda, all about what that you're doing down here at the parking lot.
We're just selling soft drinks, hot chocolate, coffee, and hot dogs, so that while the people are lining up, they can have something to drink.
So what time did you guys get started?
We started at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock,
Trying to get stuff set up here. Well, Linda started earlier getting everything together at her house. But I didn't start till 3.
And so how long are you guys going to stay down here after the parade pulls out?
Well, just when the parade pulls out, we will.
You'll start packing up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think of this weather?
Oh, it's great.
We've done this and it freezing
yeah,
cold.
We have a couple years ago.
Freezing wet.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is nice. I like it. Always, as always, I thank you guys so much for all that you guys do, and thank you for taking your time to talk with me. Of course, we're holding up a line that's waiting to be served. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back to our coverage of Berea's Twilight Christmas Parade 2012. I'm Jennifer Rose Escobar, and I'm here with Chad Hembree, new Berea councilman, and Carolyn Wallace. Carolyn Wallace from Body Recall. Carolyn, it's great to have you with us.
Good to be here.
And you are going to be walking in the parade today, yes?
Yes, Body Recall's collaborating with Earthman, who is here with his recycling efforts. You will know him when he goes by. He looks like the Earth. And we support recycling at Body Recall, as well as recalling bodies.
Very good. Yes, I was going to ask you, what's the connection between Earthman and Body Recall?
You talk about recalling bodies. Can you explain what that is to the viewer that wouldn't know?
Body Recall is a Berea-based exercise program that is national in its scope. We have our training center right here in Berea, well, just outside of Berea. And people come from all over the country and sometimes from other countries to learn how to teach this very doable, very deep, very rich program. And it's all about taking care of your body so that you can do what you are called to do in life. And that could include recycling for all of us if all of us are involved in taking care of the earth we live in.
That's right. It's a very wonderful exercise program, and I've had the opportunity to be involved at different levels and different times through Body Recall, and I just only have really great things to say about the exercise program and the direction that it's taking for the future. And I know, Carolyn, you're very involved with the Fall and Recovery program. You want to tell us a little bit about that and why it's important?
Well, as long as there's gravity here, we're subject to falls, and that could be at any place, any time. Nobody's planning on falling, and so if you're only going to do one thing to prevent falls, the thing that does it would be exercise. If you're only going to do one thing, exercise has been proven to help prevent falls. Well, to actually prevent falls. So we take it a step farther, and we help people learn how to fall if they are falling, and how to get up from their falls. So we have a lot of fun doing it too, and it's just impressed me how people of all ages can have a good time and hardly know that they're working. So instead of exercise seeming kind of like medicine, it can seem more like, well, you just bring the joy of movement into the picture.
When you make it such a social event, people love going to their classes because they love seeing the people that they're doing the classes with. It becomes a social part of your life.
It's almost like a support group too. As you go through the different stages of your life, you've gone through them with these people, and you're helping each other through the different stages, and even helping each other with the exercises. There are some of those that you can't do by yourself. You work with others.
Well, it's been really neat because we've been able to branch into special needs and special populations. For instance, Alzheimer's, or people who have limitations, and still get them involved in the fun and joy of movement and help them become more capable. And we just love being in Berea and being part of this parade.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing a little bit with us. We were glad to have Jeff Rubin here last year as well, and he talked a lot more about statistics and fall. And you can actually see last year's broadcast. It's available. Just go into YouTube and type in Berea Christmas Parade 2011, and you can pull the old broadcast as well. So.
And of course, you can find out more about Body Recall at bodyrecall.org, right?
Exactly, that's true. And you know, the #1 reason for emergency room visits for people of any age would be falls. We hope that everybody has a healthy holiday, and if we can be of any assistance in that, we're right down 25 toward Mount Vernon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bodyrecall.org. Thank you for being here, Karen.
All right, Chad and Jennifer, I'm here with Betty Himmler from Union Church, and she has a booth that I'm going to let her tell you all about.
Well, I'm actually with Kentuckians for the Commonwealth here today, which is a statewide social, economic, and environmental justice group with local chapters in urban and rural parts of the state. And we are trying to raise a little money for the Madison County chapter with some treats and hot chocolate, and to spread the word about our work.
Well, great. Now, so this is a fundraiser to support their activities. Tell me a little bit about their activities.
All right. Well, during the legislative session, we do a lot of lobbying in Frankfurt, talking to our legislatures about issues of concern to us, and those would be around a fairer tax structure in Kentucky and the environmental impacts of mountaintop removal coal mining and pollution, water, air pollution. So primarily we're an advocacy organization, and we enjoy letting our legislators know what's of concern to us.
Well, and the nice thing is that you do it in such a delicious way. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're selling today? It sure looks good.
Oh, well, yes. We're trying to help people keep up their energy while they're waiting for the parade. So we've got brownies and Rice Krispie treats and cranberry muffins and some pumpkin roll and some chocolate muffins. So some hot chocolate, although we didn't really need hot chocolate today. At least
Well, it turned out to be beautiful today, didn't it?
it's a fantastic day. So it's just good to be part of this celebration.
Now, did you bake all of this yourself?
Oh, no. We've had many of our members who have contributed baked goods and have taken different shifts here at the table today.
Anybody you want to thank?
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone who stopped by, but also all the KFTC members and those who work to support the work of our organization throughout the state.
Well, great. It sure looks good. And when we're done with this interview, I may have to get a snack myself. Thank you so much.
I hope you will. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Berea, from the Pike family.
Merry Christmas, Berea.
Merry Christmas, Berea.
Merry Christmas, Berea!
Merry Christmas, Berea!
Hello and welcome back. I'm Chad Hembree, and this is Jennifer Rose Escobar, my co-host, and we bring a special guest to the stage with us again this year. This is Brenna Wallhauser with Hospice Care Plus.
Hospice Care Plus.
Hi, thanks for having us back.
Go ahead, Jennifer. I know you're dying.
Well, I don't know if you edited it out last year or not.
No.
You promised
I
me
was
you
asked,
would.
I was asked not to, actually, by Brenna.
Because last year I said, I referred to Brenna's employer as Hospice of the Bluegrass, which was in error, and I felt like an idiot. But it turned out to be a good teachable moment.
I think it was a great thing you did it. I'm still glad. It gave us a chance to correct that, because I think it's a misconception that we're all part of. People think hospices are all part of one giant umbrella hospice, and here they seem to think it's Hospice of the Bluegrass. But we're all distinct and independent and separate. And we're Hospice Care Plus. We've been here for 31 years now. And we're still Hospice Care Plus.
Still Hospice Care Plus.
And serve Madison and 5 surrounding counties. That's our area.
And when you came on board, which actually you had been here before, left for a while to Union College, we can say that. That was a good.
A good stint.
Yeah, I want to go into that in a minute. But then you came back, and one of the things that you targeted as your goal was to clear this up, that we were a brand.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I
say we. I'm the IT director there as well.
Chad's part of Hospice Care Plus too. Well, you know, hospice has a unique problem. You don't call Union College and Berea College college.
Right.
College. And hospices are all just kind of called hospice, and so it just makes it hard to make sure people remember your name. And it's important to me that they remember our name, so that if in the future there are other hospices in the area, people know who it was who's been caring for them for 31 years.
Yes.
And so that if that's who they want, they know how to find them. So that's why it matters to me. We're working on it.
Well, and another step that went toward that I want you to talk about a little bit is the Compassionate Care Center. How when you came, you pointed out that we have this wonderful facility in Richmond that is beautiful and it's fantastic, and no one knew it was hospice. Well, not no one, but you get my point.
We had 2 problems. Either they didn't know it was us, they thought it was wonderful, but they didn't know that it was Hospice Care Plus's center, or they knew it was and they thought that's all we did anymore. They didn't know that the majority of our work is still in our home care program. So yeah, I mean, there's lots to work on there, but I think...
Well, the new signage, I think, has done wonders out there.
We claim our name whenever we can. We say Hospice Care Plus instead of just hospice. And
which brings me to the new logo.
We have a new logo.
And I'll lay the logo over the screen so you can see that.
A new tagline that the staff helped come up with,
Don't make me
committee of
sing.
staff.
What is it?
Don't make me sing.
Oh, no. Chad helped educate everyone about our new logo and tagline by writing a jingle.
Oh, Chad.
For internal use only.
That's right, internal
But it
use
was
only.
really-
It's
we
what-
even had a remix.
Yes, that's right. A dance remix.
It was a dance remix.
That
So-
I have to see.
But it's honoring life, delivering compassion. That's what the staff
that's
chose,
nice.
and they thought really that those two words, life and compassion, had to be in anything we created, because hospice to them and to me, and I think to anyone who's experienced it, really is about life. I think there are a lot of people who, it's the thing you never want to have to call upon, but people who do use it understand that it's a hopeful thing. It really is about life. It's about living every moment of your life to the fullest until the very end, and having a team of people to help you do that. So that's why they chose the tagline they did. We've been using it little by little. It's been a busy time of year for us right now, as it is for most people. We have our palliative care programs and our hospice care programs, and within those programs we have 130 something patients, and this time of year we're focusing on making sure everyone's comfortable, pain's in control, symptoms are in control, that if they need help with pulling together a Thanksgiving meal or a Christmas meal, our staff's going to make that happen. If there are children in the home, or if children are our patients, we make sure they have gifts this time of year. So there's a lot going on. Our bereavement staff has been busy. We've done 4 different holiday grief workshops. This can be a really hard time of year for people who are grieving. So they've done 4 workshops, and then this morning we had the Remembrance Tree Ceremony. Both of you were part of that. Yes. Jennifer was nice enough to perform. You directed the handbell choir?
Yes, on a whim, because my poor wife is so sick at home. And I was going to sing, and she was going to play. Well,
I was going to be asleep.
She was
in the
going to be
house.
asleep at home.
Yeah.
So the fact that we live in an area where there's so much that we can pull from, and the resources are so deep. Yeah.
Well, we missed Letha, but we were so glad the 2 of you were able to be there. It was beautiful. It's something else our bereavement staff does to support the community at this time of year, because again, it's hard when it's such a frantic season, and it's very happy and joyful. To find a quiet few minutes to remember the people who can't be here to celebrate with us anymore, that's just a reality of this time of year. And one of the ways we can support the community is by acknowledging that and creating something to help cope with it. And so this was the 20th anniversary of that ceremony, the Remembrance Tree Ceremony, and I think it's become a really meaningful tradition for our community.
What could you recommend to any of us who know someone who has lost a loved one since last Christmas, or any Christmas, I guess?
Well,
One thing about being on the side of the road is when a semi comes by.
It's all over. But what can we do to support our friends?
I am no grief and loss expert, but we have wonderful grief and loss experts, and I've heard them talk about this. And I think the number one thing they would say is let people determine the pace they want to go through the holidays at. Let them choose what traditions to continue or to hold off on. Let the grieving person set the pace. Try not to pressure. This morning, Nora Brashear, our bereavement coordinator who leads that program, talked about the widows she works with and how the family often really pressure their mother or grandmother to do the same thing she's done every year. But most of the widows she works with, they want to stay at home and they don't want to celebrate. And that's okay. And then after a few years, she said she's seen a trend. After a few years, they fall back into every one of those traditions and things return to normal. But they need that break, because
and they need their family to at least act like they
okay
understand
with that. Right. Grieving is hard work. It's exhausting. It takes a real toll.
And very individual.
Very individualized, and yet normal, and just to let people go through that normal process. So I think that's a good question, and I think that's what Nora would say. I hope so. I'll hear about it next week.
That's all right.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Let's see, the tree ceremony will be over.
Right.
There's really not another hospice event. We get ours over pretty early in the season.
The only thing coming up left on our holiday schedule is our annual dinner. It's our holiday annual dinner when we get together one last time in the year, and we use it as a chance to recognize some staff who've worked especially hard, and actually to recognize people in the community who've gone above and beyond to support the patients and families we serve and the mission of hospice. And one of those is local. Community Trust Bank down the road is one of the Above and Beyond Award winners this year.
Nice.
And we have 4 others from our other counties as well. So we look forward to kind of publicly saying thank you to those people and recognizing them at the end of the year.
Fantastic. Well, thanks
Thank you,
again for
Chad.
coming
Thank
down
you,
here.
Jennifer.
Yeah. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Chad Hembree and this is Jennifer Rose Escobar. We're glad you joined us for the Berea Chamber of Commerce Twilight Christmas Parade broadcast by BreaOnline.com. Now this is one of our field reporters, Jack Newland, who's been out getting Christmas greetings from some of the local people here in Berea. Thank you for being here, Jack.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
It's a lot of Christmas cheer out there, isn't it?
Yes, there is.
And unlike some years, this is actually a pretty warm year, so it's not people aren't here fighting the cold.
Yeah, we're sitting out here in our shirt sleeves.
And actually showing up a little earlier than usual, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see some people in t-shirts, some people in jackets, and so nobody seems to really stand out. It's just one of those kind of days.
Now, Jack actually helped us out with Freedmont as well. We had Jeremy on the show earlier who was talking about Freedmont in the series, and you're actually one of the tech people on it as well, and I know you've enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a new experience for me, doing the sound boom.
I think he figured out 150 different ways to hold a microphone above actors.
Yeah, just as long as the microphone's out of the shot.
Yes, and the shadow of the microphone.
Yeah,
that's the
important
hard
too.
one. That's one you don't think about.
Yeah. I never imagined a person's shoulders could get so sore so quickly doing that. But
you developed some good muscles while you were doing that?
Oh, yeah.
You felt like you went through basic training.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us, and thank you for working with us today out. I know you'll be out there getting up close to some of the floats, trying to get some close to the people on them and talking with them, so I'm sure we'll see you some later.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege to be a part of this.
All right, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Chad Hembree. To my right is Jennifer Rose Escobar, and to my left we have Beth Myers from the Berea Citizen. You're watching the Berea Chamber of Commerce Twilight Christmas Parade 2012, sponsored by Berea's. I'm sorry.
We had some smiles coming from the edge, so we had to smile back.
Sponsored by Renfro's Collision and Auto Body of Berea, 986-8611 for their phone number. And we are here. The parade is ready to start. It has reached us. And leading the way, of course, is Berea's finest, the Berea Police Department. And one of our cruisers. And I'm not sure. Looks like it's just now coming into our cameras. I think that's one of the new Ford Cruisers.
It looks new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are making excellent time this year.
Yeah. We certainly do appreciate our police and all of our public servants. It's great to have them at the front of the parade.
Let's see, and who's driving the front car there?
I can't see.
Can't
the
quite
lights
see
are
with
too
the
bright.
lights. Yeah.
Phil will get it up there on the.
Yeah, we're zooming in here.
Now, following them is the Marine Corps League. We are so happy to have the Marine Corps League to be our color guard for the parade this year.
Could we put it here?
And behind them, we have the Berea Police Department Humvee. But it looks like we've got the Berea Police Department participating in the color guard as well. It's a great time to remember our veterans, as many of them can't return home for the holidays.
Right.
And we really do appreciate the work that they do.
We certainly do, and we wish every veteran and every veteran's family the happiest of holidays, the merriest of Christmases, whether they can be together or not, and to know that they are in our prayers and that we appreciate them very much.
It's nice to see the police department with their color guard unit that they're putting together as well. I believe that's just something that was established either this year or just last year.
Okay.
But look at this new Humvee. Isn't this
Nice.
thing awesome? Now, these actually were donated to us by the federal government. Yes, I did say donated.
By the federal government.
Yeah, and driving it is our wonderful police chief.
Excellent.
Chief
right.
Gray.
Probably the first appearance
Beautiful.
of a police Humvee at the
Yeah.
Berea Chamber of Commerce Twilight Christmas Parade.
Oh, absolutely, because I think they just got them last month.
Nice.
I think we have it a month, yeah. We got a nice SUV. I tell you, I like the new color scheme on the cruisers. I really do.
And of course, coming up next will be our fire department, and that might be the first chance for the children to actually grab candy. It looks like they're getting thrown from the top.
That's why my kids are here. That's
My children actually brought 2 hemp bags to fill up because they have learned in past that they can't fit it all in their hands and pockets.
And
so they went home
Riding
for the bag.
on top, we have our mayor and some council members.
And there's Diane Kirby throwing candy.
There's
this
Vi
is our
Farmer
pride of
inside.
our-
There's Vi Farmer inside.
Berea Fleet Tower 1.
And there's Ronnie Terrell following by foot.
Hey, Ronnie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and got candy and lost hot chocolate.
That's all right. Let it soak it up.
Right.
And the Madison County Sheriff Department following up there.
You know, and I have to say, one thing I've realized in the...
Don't chew that right now. You can't talk.
So can you chew a Tootsie Roll and talk at the same time would be our next, or report on the
know.
radio.
We
Here's our constable, JB.
Impressed by how
Hello.
all our government
On the other side, we got a
police
state
work
trooper,
together.
and I couldn't see which one.
Hello. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Well, looking at the list here with the Sheriff's
Trying to go get a
Department,
cloth or something.
how is our sheriff doing?
Yes.
I haven't heard the latest word.
Let's see.
Very well.
Yeah, at last council,
heard it went
Very
well.
well. He's
yeah,
doing very
he's doing good.
That's a good
And
thing.
of course, he's home, and if you follow on Facebook, you'll see that he's doing quite well.
I'll say, without saying anything positive or negative about any internet carriers, I've been offline for 6 weeks, and I'm happy to be back in the 21st century again, so I can check Facebook and see how the show is. And we've got our Grand Marshal.
Yes, this is Randy Rigsby. Randy was our retired fire chief here in Berea. Hello, Randy.
Hey, Randy. Representative Lonnie Napier following up.
Yeah, he'll be retiring.
Lonnie's retiring on us
this
as
will
well.
be his swan song as representative.
As always, we appreciate those who serve us in the public sector.
And
Next up is Rescue 1 from the Berea Volunteer Fire Department. These guys work very hard, volunteering their time and safety to help all of us in the community. We have a fantastic volunteer program. If you're interested in that, they would love to talk to you about it.
Yeah, it's certainly one of the reasons why we have the excellent fire department we have is because we have so many volunteers. I know Richmond is trying to start that now.
Yeah. And we live out in the Red Lick Volunteer Fire District and are extremely appreciative of the people who serve out there, especially within the city and in the rural areas as well. Certainly need those folks.
Followed by
And always
Rescue
helps
4,
keep
another one of their
insurance
trucks.
rates
That's
down.
right. I agree with you. Sorry. Hello.
That's right.
Yay, candy!
You tried.
We
You tried to
did
throw
all
us
up.
candy.
It's okay. The one time we did get candy, we knocked our hot chocolate over. So
Oh, okay, something came
that
up
came from the
behind.
side. We were flanked by Tootsie Rolls. Except Chad won't let me eat mine.
Well, it's kind of hard to talk. Madison County Rescue Squad has their unit number 2 in here with us.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And here we have the emergency management center response.
Can you say Merry Christmas, Berea? Merry Christmas, Berea.
Madison County EMS service here.
And it looks like we have our jailer, Doug, coming up on the Madison County Detention Center.
Doug's doing a wonderful job down there.
He really is.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Doug.
Yeah, very tough job, and he does it well.
Yeah.
Now following them is a float that's appeared in the parade before. This is Madison County CSEP. They have a wonderful little house here that rotates back and forth.
And it looks like, I was about to say I thought it had their zone on it, but it's just saying know your zone. So use a little public message in with their float.
Yep. There.
Of course, that's one of the mixed blessings of living in Madison County, having services like CSEP paid for and some of the emergency alert systems we have, all because we do have the stockpile, but it has actually benefited the community as well. Madison County Sheriff's Department here with this
Madison County Sheriff's Department.
little SUV.
Thank you.
I want that kind of
Decked
vehicle.
That's kind of lit up pretty well, isn't it?
It's looking good.
I think they should leave the Christmas lights on it. And Jerry comes.
The sheriff float.
Has the sheriff float here, looks like.
So it says Madison Circuit Clerk Office.
Okay, I see it on the back here.
Yeah,
Darling
okay, there we
side
go.
I guess they're just
clerk.
putting
They
the Jerry
put it-
Combs sticker on.
Yeah.
That would make
And I
sense.
see
Being directed to a rousing Merry Christmas, and now we have the Madison Southern
Oh, there's
Marching
Darling.
Band
She's on the
coming
back
up.
side there. Hey, Darling!
And the Madison Southern High School Marching Band.
Fantastic. Look at this. These bands are one of the highlights of my Christmas season. I love watching this. Of course, I start with the Macy's parade, watching all those bands.
6 to 8, and it actually maybe 9. It's absolutely beautiful. Just driving the car and right through it. It's gorgeous. We went last night.
I love their uniforms as well. I think they're very classy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and their football team made them proud this year by going on and winning a playoff game.
Yes, they
Against
did.
the
Won a
Berea
playoff.
team. Even though they didn't actually make it all the way, they did very well this year. So. I love the hats with those feathers
I
on
know,
it.
I've got to get me a hat with a feather now.
You really should. You really should. You have the look for it. I
need
couldn't
to
pull
do
it
that.
off.
I
It's
bet
that
you could.
Zorro hat.
Zorro.
Just need your whip.
And there's a past Madison Southern Marching Band alumni driving the
I was
vehicle.
trying
Yeah.
to figure out what that band's debutante twirling
Debutantes.
chorus.
They've been
here in Berea.
a highlight of the parade for a long time.
Oh yeah, and
we know a
cutie
few
up
of
at
those.
the
We know
front
quite a
leading
few of
it.
those debutantes out there. Hello,
There's some
girls.
Methodist debutantes out there.
And would this be Arcadian Cove coming up now?
Arcadian Cove was next on the list. Should be their float there as well. Hello.
And we're getting a hello wave.
We're from Arcadian
I see that they have lights on there and they're not lit up, and I can completely have sympathy
but
for
there
you
we
because we have done this parade and had the same
Arcadian
problem.
Oh,
And now there's
please,
the
we do
cow
not want to
sound.
ignore the moo.
This is Hog Enterprises with their huge Cadillac convertible
Yes, so they've
set up
got
just
a
like Boss Hog
longhorn
style.
horn.
Can
Horns
you
on the
really
front.
drive anything else?
Pigs
Love
on the
this.
side.
And Encore
and a
Performing
moo
Arts
horn.
are coming
Now,
on now.
Encore.
Yay,
Jennifer's
Encore.
actually got a daughter in Encore.
I do.
Is she
Hooray,
out there,
Encore.
Jennifer?
Isabel's got ballet this year, so.
And they've done very well at different competitions.
Uh-huh.
So I remember at least getting their briefs and announcements.
Yes, and we're looking forward to a series of dance recitals coming up in a couple of weeks with
Excellent.
Encore. That'll be fun.
And right behind it, we have another dance studio. Dance is so popular these days. We have,
Yes.
3 or 4 options around here in this area.
New Revolution Dance Studio coming up here with some bling on their boots.
I like the boots.
Oh, yeah, nice boots.
that is nice bling boots. And she kicked her heels up a little bit.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
I guess this would be our first church float.
No, this is New Revolution.
Oh, it's still New Revolution.
All right. And their message
I guess
is
that was the glittery
Thank you for your
sign
hard
was
work
my
on the
first
float.
clue.
Looks great, Lindsay.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
On three. Merry Christmas. 1, 2, 3.
I've also been told that tonight,
Hello.
Church on the Rock is having
Ballinger, one of
their
our
drive-through nativity.
Chamber workers here,
Oh,
marshaling this parade along.
Yeah.
I know when we were going past the Baptist church.
Oh, and here we have our best
Here we
church
go.
float.
Ah, so they must have
very
won
pretty.
the competition.
This is Pilot Knob Baptist Church.
Hey, that's right out where
Oh,
we
and they
live.
have a globe. You know that hand. I wonder if it's the same one from last year's parade. That also they had it in a different shape, but it was a hand that had been made.
We
That is a
we
very
live
pretty
right
float.
next door to Pilot
Yeah, the
Knob
one
Church.
who
We
made it, I
noticed those
actually
hands
interviewed
standing up
him.
outside.
He spent hours on that.
Yeah.
And next we have England Body Shop. Is that right? No.
Wait.
I don't know, but there's a lot of
Excel.
children.
Looks like Excel Gymnastics. Looks like maybe England
did make it. It looks like
State
Church on the
champions
Rock.
2012. Look at that.
State champions.
Hey, now
Oh,
this
thank
made
you.
it.
More candy.
I guess I can't have bubble gum
Cinnamon.
either,
The
though.
cinnamon one is mine.
I could blow bubbles at the mic.
And then Church on the Rock following them. And here's our director of the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. David Rowlett. Thank you, David, for all your work. Riding on there was his lovely family with him, looks like. And Kyle Sowers, who's a new employee at the Chamber.
Oh, it looks like our second place church float. Lighthouse Baptist is coming
Lighthouse
by.
Baptist Church, yeah.
And I thought that was a statue, but it looks like actually
No, it's
a real person. Standing.
Good balance.
I know. Hopefully been lifting weights in preparation
Don't
for
wave
going
too
through the
hard
whole
at
parade
us.
like
We're
that.
fine.
And near new auto with a nice looking Mustang. Sorry about messed up there. Sorry about that.
I have no idea what cars are.
I have no
so
idea
Chad,
anyway.
you
I don't know
take
until
that
I
one.
see the back.
Can I get a Merry Christmas? Merry Christmas.
Oh, now that's pretty. What's that?
It's a
That's
Corvette. That's why
That's
I
a
said
Corvette.
Bet, because my
I'm
eye moved
so
on. I'm sorry.
out
I'm
of this
loyal.
conversation.
I'm
I
loyal
don't
to my
know.
bets.
I'm lucky to
see
know a
that.
car from a truck.
And that is Michelle Perkins, I believe.
Yes.
Spoonbread
Royalty.
Royalty.
We have a wonderful spoonbread pageant that people can get involved in with our Spoonbread Festival every year. Please check that out. We do good coverage of that as well.
There's Berea Girl Scouts next.
Are you going to have a big Christmas?
Junior troop number 2188. Oh, look, they've got a tent.
Yeah, and
And
they
they're
are
singing.
so many active Girl Scout and Boy Scout
Yes.
troops in the community.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And some really...
And this is Girl Scout Troop 2188. Think about that. We're in the thousands of digits now.
Oh, for how long Girl Scouts have been around, you mean?
Well, for how many
Okay.
troops there are. Think about that. Now, you remember when there were troops.
Well, I didn't know if they went numerically or if they just randomly picked a number some other way.
Boy Scouts of America Pack 174 here.
I guess that means the lower the number, the longer they've been
They've
around.
been around.
They're
That's
camping
right.
too. They've got a tent on their float.
You learn
The
something
theme.
new every day.
Troop 174.
Now that is some good diaphragm action. Good job, guys. And let's see, is this Dawn Foster?
This is a 1955 Chevy driven by Ronnie Bowman.
Is it on there? Oh, look. I thought he was just being smart and he knew that was 55. That's a beautiful car.
It is an awesome car.
Oh, man.
I know some songs about cars. That's about as good as it gets.
And see,
it
now,
is-
I don't have the year on the next car, so I can't impress you again.
And it looks like we have second place business float from Montgomery Farm and Garden. Oh my goodness, with a ton of very impressive light show going
it's like
on.
The Kingdom of Sweets. Lollipop Lane. Very good.
Lollipop, lollipop.
Wow, great job there, guys.
And many
Wonderful
lollipops
float.
there are.
Merry Christmas
Merry
to
Christmas.
That looks yummy.
This must have been a new one that popped in.
Look how they made those lollipops. I was just wondering about that because
you. They're plates.
I helped do choreography for a production
Oh,
of the
that's
Nutcracker at
clever.
an elementary
Yeah.
school several years, And we had to come up with several different ways to do the Kingdom of Sweets
Well,
and make
and the other
lollipops.
candy
That
too.
is wonderful.
It's a great idea.
Oh, here comes Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald, right here for everybody. One of the kids' favorites here. Hello, Ronald.
Hey there.
Merry Christmas to you.
I was so terrified of him as a young person.
I tell you what, going down and getting one of those peppermint McFlurries from McDonald's.
Absolutely, I've been good all year, and Santa's here.
Do they only offer them?
So it's a
Yeah,
this time of year? Okay.
And they have several.
Absolutely, please shake on it.
I'm sorry, it could be snowing, knee-deep snow. I'm eating ice
You've got to have the McFlurry. Got to have the McFlurry.
Hello.
So what do you think of when you think of winter?
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
I think we've gone off the grid.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit out of order on our sheet, but we can figure it out.
I would guess a church float.
This is New Vision Missionary Baptist Church.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
They've got a dog. They ought to get some kind of award for that.
Oh, I see it.
Ye are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hid.
And this
Here we
looks
never
like
stop.
a Boy Scout troop. I don't.
Cub Scouts, pack 516. Thank you very much.
516. It never hurts to let us know what's going on.
All right, we're back on the sheet here now.
All right, we are now back on the grid. I'm sure everyone's relieved to hear that.
Ah, the best nonprofit float for the year.
You know what? The library won. Is this the library?
Yeah, best nonprofit.
They won last year too, I believe.
Very nice.
Look at these lights. Aren't these awesome?
That's pretty amazing.
They always do
Look, they
an
made a
incredible
whole Santa
job.
Claus. Wow.
I think I see John.
The Santa Matic
Haynes.
Mobile Workshop version 2.0.
And there's Abby Harris from the library.
We love our library.
And this is Friends for Fairness.
Best library ever. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. They've got Santa Claus.
And also a dog to join them.
Tom Hubbard in there. Yeah.
Santa Claus in everyday clothes.
Fine magician there is what we got.
Cowboy lawn care with a very
wow,
lit up
Look
float.
at that.
Oh, you know, I saw that snowman down the
I like
street.
the hat on top of
They're
the
having
truck.
trouble getting him up.
That is one loaded up trailer.
That is an extremely prop heavy trailer.
And
Santas
some people
and
have
snowmen
all of those
and,
things in their yard.
Is that a
and
the
next
ball
up,
that's glowing?
It's a snow globe. You can
Someone
A snow
I like
globe.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Hello, Taylor. This is
Hi,
Taylor Rose, Miss Madison County.
Yay.
She's going to come be in Freedmont at some time.
Oh, great.
Happy holidays.
Tell your mom hi.
And we have Earthman, which we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yes.
Carolyn.
With Body
Earthman
Recall.
came.
Oh, thank you. Keep the bluegrass green.
That's right.
Healthy
Thank
holidays,
you.
Carolyn.
Carolyn came by earlier for an interview. Best business float. Here's Ace Hardware. And I tell you what,
Wow.
Ace does it up right. They actually had a sign that said, "We will be closed at 5 p.m. for the parade." Now that's dedication
That is.
to the community.
And may I say, this will probably be my children's favorite float.
This is
because that
great.
appears to be a dragon on the top.
Yes,
and
it
you know
is.
what?
Yes.
You
It
just
is a dragon.
cannot
And here's Ace
make
Hardware.
them any happier. Now, they might have
They
a
look
problem with the
great.
pink thing, but other than the pink, that is just going to be really exciting for
Look at
them.
these guys. Wait,
Because
okay.
you know what? Any season is a season for dragons.
It's Shrek.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
It's Shrek. It's
It's
awesome.
Oh,
Shrek.
Shrek. Oh, they have all the
Yes,
characters,
they've got
and that's
all of
Donkey,
them.
right?
Yes, Donkey. And Pinocchio. And
Of course,
Loki.
isn't he, you're a little
Oh, yeah,
tall
Pinocchio.
for Farquhar.
He should have been on his knees.
Merry Christmas.
Let's see, is this the Friends and Family
Friends and
Activity
Family
Center?
Activity Center, I believe, is what was next on the list.
And they've got a Subway sub
But it may be
behind
Liberty
them.
Avenue Baptist Church.
Yeah, there is a Subman for Subway.
Subman.
Yeah, Subman's kind of closed in between there.
He's sandwiched.
But a
Leave
bump.
that one in. That was genius.
All right, great. So Jennifer's got the best line of the night.
Friends and family.
Friends and
See,
family.
I said it. I was right. Chad
You were
was wrong.
correct. And this is Crossroads Fellowship Church.
Let the record show, right?
Let the
Oh, where's that Y? Merry Christmas. Hey, you know that works. It looks like it just didn't glitter up. I see it there. Every gift comes
Wow,
from
we've
God.
had some good floats this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Berea Christmas Parade because of the lights. I think it's a
Oh,
challenge,
absolutely.
definitely, when you're working on an entry in the parade, but it makes it so
And here's the big man himself.
There he comes.
Every kid's highlight
And he
of the
brought
parade.
his wife,
The big
Mrs.
man and the
Santa
lady,
Claus.
that's right.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus, driven by one of our fantastic
And I
firemen
see
here.
everyone ready for the candy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Looks like Jack's going to catch Santa there on the street.
Christmas. Got all the toys ready?
Got to interview
All the
Santa.
toys are ready to go.
It's
Well,
just the
good.
rule of media.
Good. Gonna have a lot of happy kids this year.
I hope we do.
Well, good.
It really does seem
Welcome
like
to
we've had
Berea.
some great
Thank you,
floats
sir.
this year.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
At my place.
The horses?
Yes, the horses and the carriage.
Do you have horses?
No. Not
And
currently.
This
Ah.
is Liberty Avenue then.
Yeah.
Baptist
Beautiful.
Church.
With a horse-drawn carriage.
Nice stuffing.
Beautiful horses. Look
Yes.
at that.
Oh, yes.
Very nice.
Merry
Beautiful
Christmas.
harnesses,
Merry
beautiful
Christmas.
horses, beautiful children.
Yep. Star of Bethlehem at the end. Oh, and an extremely cute angel.
Yes. Very cute angel. And more Liberty Avenue.
I guess this is part 2 of the Liberty
Part
Avenue
2.
Baptist Church.
Merry Christmas. And they're letting their light shine.
He's doing a lot of orchestrating out there, isn't he?
I tell you what, I have appreciated Phil
Oh, and
joining our
here's
crew
part
so
3
much.
of Liberty
They need
Avenue
to have some
Baptist
kind of
Church.
recognition for having the most vehicles, except for maybe the
Yes,
police
that
department.
is true. And let's see, would this
This
be
is
the Madison
beautiful.
Southern High School Horse Club?
Okay, in second place, nonprofit.
Do you realize I didn't know we had a
Very
Madison
nice.
Southern High School Horse Club?
And they're playing
now the
Devil's
fiddling
Dream.
is
Listen to
completely
it.
appropriate.
Yes, love it. And then ending up
And
here we
with
have
horses.
some horses that always are delightful to end the parade with, and definitely not something you want to begin the parade with.
No. We have the horses, and then we have the wonderful servants who follow them up.
That's correct. You know, now that is a thankless job that we're
Yes,
very
we
thankful for.
very much appreciate. Oh, look at the decorations on that one. That
Aw.
is beautiful.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
A lot of beautiful animals.
Oh my goodness, we've got a really great selection of horses this year. This is very good.
Yeah, a
Like
plethora
here,
of
Elf
horses.
hat,
That's good.
whatever.
And our state flag and national flag.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Cecil.
Christmas.
Along with our Christian flag.
And wrapping it up, we have another one of our Berea cruisers. This is one of those nice Dodge Chargers.
And they put in a lot of work whenever there's a parade, so I really appreciate the Berea Police Department for always.
I think Leanne's driving that one. Yeah.
I think you might be right.
And then these are all the people who didn't know they would be in a parade today.
Merry
And they don't have any candy, and they can't understand why everybody looks at them so intensely.
That's right.
And let's see if Philip tries to stop any of these random cars and give them an interview. No, he's laughing.
Philip's like, Chad.
Tell Marty you can get out of the road now.
I'm off the clock.
We thank everybody for joining us in our Berea Online broadcast of the Berea Twilight Chamber of Commerce Twilight Christmas Parade.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is a mouthful, and I didn't have it written down, so here I was.
We want to thank our main sponsor again, which is Renfro Collision Auto Body and Paint, that now has an office here in Berea. Owner is Shannon Renfro. He'd love for you to come down. If you want to get some quotes on your automobile, he'd be glad to take care of you. And you can get your information scrolling on the screen. Also, you can find it on our website, BreaOnline.com. I want to thank Beth Myers for being here.
Well, I want to thank you too for having me here. This was a lot of fun. Thank you.
And Jennifer.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Again.
And now comes the hard part, because you all have to help me, because we have such a fantastic crew every year. And to thank all of them is almost impossible, because I always leave someone out. So we're going to try very hard
to get every single name?
To talk about them just a little bit, because I'm so happy. But
so maybe we should ask them to yell if we miss them.
Yeah, yell out if we miss you. But first of all, we'll start off with one of our producers, Rhonda McIntyre, who is one of the owners of BreaOnline.com. She is very devoted to this community and works very hard. She's been down at the parade lineup, and we've been bouncing back to her some, so I know you've already been introduced to her. Now, following her around on the back side of the camera is Dwayne Shelton. Dwayne is a godsend for us. He does so much. All the news postings you see every day on Berea Online that just flow through there, all the news, that's Dwayne. He is on top of it every day, and we appreciate him so much.
Yes. No, it's a public access.
Now, Dwayne has two children that help us out a little bit, but one helps us out a whole lot, and that is Nick Shelton. You can see him on the camera right now. He's
looking completely thrilled to be on the camera.
And Nick is always willing to jump in and do whatever we need, whatever time we need it. And Kyle, of course, his brother, also willing to help us out if possible. You've got a munchkin here behind you.
Oh yeah, should we thank them too? Come here. Should I bring? Come here. This is my oldest, David, who's been trying desperately to get on camera. And come here, I'll bring up my youngest too. And this is Nevin, my youngest.
All right, next we'll move on to our cameraman. We've got Dean Buttrey, who's pointing the camera at me right now. And the battery
turn it around.
You made it through the parade, and your battery didn't die.
Right before he started.
Oh, we got to back up. All right.
And then we've got Marty Ingelston, who has been working with us quite a bit last couple of years, and we appreciate him so much running a camera for us as well.
Also one of the Fremont cast.
Yes,
correct?
One of our Fremont cast members, that's right.
If it weren't for Facebook, I wouldn't know any of these guys by their real names.
You just know their Fremont names?
I know their Fremont names.
Right. Also, we've got joining us for the first time, Philip Smith is joining us, who has been doing interviews throughout the day as well, and
shining
been
the helpful
directing some
light
things
on
for me.
himself.
He's been wonderful to have on board, and we'll be seeing a lot more of him. Helping him, we had Jack Newland, who was also getting some Christmas greetings, and Jack was setting up here talking a little bit earlier, so you got introduced to him as well. Over here running the soundboard, we have Brad Powell. Brad has been very dedicated. This is what your third year, is that right, Brad?
Get the really good profile shot.
And helping him out for the first time this year is Travis Turner, who we were very glad to get. Travis is actually a broadcast major up at EKU.
Oh. He's got a camera in front of his face right now.
Yep.
Pointing the wrong way.
Another cameraman, your husband, Alfredo Escobar, who worked the south side of the street.
I was about to say, he was across the street, wasn't he?
He's gone now.
He's gone now. Who knows where? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's right behind us.
He's back here behind us.
He's just
Alfredo is the owner of Good Impressions.
I think we took care of everyone that time.
So Alfredo is the owner of Good Impressions. He's also one of our sponsors.
And we're going to run through our sponsors one more time. We actually had a raffle this year. All these companies were excited to sponsor this broadcast, and they gave us gifts to give away at our raffle. They're Berea Dollar Tree, Smokehouse Grill, Dinner Bell Restaurant, Blockbuster Videos, Adventure Pets, Tees Hair Studio and Salon, KFC, Lee's Famous Recipe, Old Town Thrift, Headhunters Hair Salon, Berea Pizza Hut, Suntan City of Berea, Great Clips of Berea, Another Person's Treasures, Dino's Pizza House, which is very good, by the way.
Okay. Don't think I've been there.
BreaOnline.com. Mario's Pizza, which is really good, by the way. You see,
and Chad should know.
That's right. Dairy Queen of Berea, Berea Cracker Barrel, Clear Sight Optometry, Creative Styles, Good Impressions, and
my hair was sponsored by Lords and Ladies Salon. Just to get that in there, I promised.
Mine was by my sister.
We also had several partners that help us with the broadcast. Those have been Friedmont, the TV series, Mario's Pizza again, who is actually going to feed our crew. We look forward to working with y'all and eating up there. Beautiful Christmas tree, by the way. Have you seen the Christmas tree in the front of Mario's?
No,
It's probably one of the prettiest trees in all the town.
Wow. Well, now I will have to go.
It is. It's beautiful, beautiful tree. Let's see, who else?
Well, I would like to say thank you for Chad for being the spearhead on this, and also, I don't know if this has been mentioned, but congratulations on your newest election to the Berea City Council.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm looking forward to having you on there and watching you on first and third Tuesdays. I'm sorry. Is that right? Yes.
Yes.
First and third Tuesdays. I always get mixed up with the fiscal court.
I believe that concludes our coverage of this year's parade. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to joining you again next year. There is so much to do in Berea this Christmas season. Please get out and participate. It's such a blessing to have all these fantastic opportunities, and all you have to do is go take advantage of them.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jennifer, for being here again. Thank you,
too.
Beth.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.